I like the wedge.
And then you got Paul Driver Justin on the other side.
I like the driver, too.
I'll tell you.
We always talk about where the good young quarterback's coming from. You'd have to say, after seeing them a couple of weeks, these are two of them.
A couple of them here.
Eagles defense needs to do something here on 3rd and 13. 2:10 to go in the half. Justin throwing for the end zone. Harrison was open. The pass was overthrown. And Justin ended up on his behind again.
Yeah, but Mike, he showed great discipline with the pump and go to hang in there and let Marvin Harrison run his route. But the other thing that he showed me is he's not going to throw it short and turn the ball over. He's going to give Kerry Blanchard a chance to add some more points. He's just playing a good, solid game.
As he did a week ago. Kerry Blanchard. Just a tremendous record as a field goal kicker. This would be his 33rd of the season. Only 2 short of the league's all-time record for a single year. Oh, no doubt. Just drilled through. He was hitting 58-yarders in practice. For him, 42 is a chip shot.
Indianapolis Colts offensive tackle Tony Mandridge in our Packard Bell Spotlight. He was the much maligned guy, the big bust in the NFL, but he's got a new attitude and a new technique. Let me show you how he's had the success tonight. Watch his hands. This is textbook. He sets hands out. He gets them right on the defensive end, rides them around the pocket. Here's the only play in the game he's gotten in trouble. Hands down to the side, giving ground. Look at this. William Fuller takes the momentum and throws him out of the way, the hip toss. That's the only play he's had bad tonight. A good effort by Tony Mandridge, Mike.
And Mark, really a remarkable comeback for this guy for being away from the game for 4 years, and he came back to play football because he loves the game.
Exactly.
Gardocki, low liner this time. Eagles with trouble. Witherspoon inside the 15. There is a marker down.
That's going to get called on Jason Dunn, number 87. He takes Pollard, number 81, and just pancakes him. Pushing the back. Danny Smith's special teams have struggled most of the year. Every now and then they jump up with a big effort.
Receiving team on the return. Half a distance to the goal. First down.
Jason Dunn, the rookie tight end.
Timeout for injury.
There's Pollard down the middle. There's Jason Dunn. I mean, the standard rule is if you can read the name, you better not hit him. And Jason wasn't able to do it.
Phil Yeboah-Cody, backup linebacker who was just re-signed, is coming off the field. Let's go back to Mark.
Thanks, Mike. We were talking about Tony Mandridge. Of course, the Colts having a lot of success throwing the football tonight. A lot of it's due to that man. He's only given up 1 pressure and the 1 sack, but out of 25 plays, he's gotten no help. He's battled William Fuller most of the night on his own. They've run behind him once for 15 yards. This is a guy that has really improved his game, as you mentioned, has a love for the game now. And give some credit to Ron Blackledge, the offensive line coach, who spent tireless hours trying to get this guy's technique back into shape so he can play in this league. Mike?
Mark never saw anything like him in college at Michigan State. He could actually, as an offensive tackle, could alter a ball game and did on many occasions. He said the difference was when he came out of college, he wanted the money, he wanted the glory, he talked a lot. It's totally different now.
And Ron Blackledge has really worked tirelessly with him. And a lot of credit to him, too, for getting that offensive line patched up and ready to go.
The Eagles backed up to their 5-yard line. Detmer underneath to Turner. Ouch. Turner is blasted at the end of the tackle by Tony Bennett.
And Ty Detmer is a master at the 2-minute offense, Mike. You'll see him run this thing as well as it can be run.
That was tipped. Richard Dent got the hands up.
Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator of the Indianapolis Colts, told me if we can tip 5, we will have done a good job. They've got 2, 1 for an INT so far. And John Gruden talked about Richard Dent being his big problem tonight. Barrett Brooks has got his hands full. Richard just goes so far and then makes the play.
Number 3 all-time in sacks in the NFL. Detmer on the roll to get away from pressure. Fryer forced out of bounds. On 3rd and short, they got the first down. Diedrich Mathis forced them out.
Indianapolis just has to be smart. They can't give up a big 15 or 20-yard completion. It's going to be tough for the Eagles to go 82 yards and get a touchdown. If they can hold them back to a shot at a field goal, then they will have done their job.
1:30 left in the half. Detmer hit as he throws. It's incomplete, intended for Fryer. Richard Dent applying the pressure. Don't worry about Ty Detmer. When he was hit earlier in the year, right after he became a starter, Lamar Lathan drilled him, and he said, I'm going to be bringing it all day. Detmer shot back, I'll be here all day. Keep bringing it.
Well, Dent's going to be the same way, but he's going to use his hands. Watch Richard Dent's hands. Has great ability. Here, focus on his hands. Watch him knock them away. See that? Look, he just takes that little swat, goes all the way around. He used to do that to me all the time.
Blitz. Detmer rolls away from it. Throwing on the run. Somehow that got through to Solomon. Two Colts dove right between and across Solomon, and the ball got through. Clock running 1:07. Detmer throws to Jones. He's got it and takes it down to the Colts' 48-yard line. It's a first down. Ray McElroy with the tackle. And the Eagles have used their second of 3 timeouts.
This is now the offense that they tried to run early, picking up the short stuff, dumping it off, moving it down the field a little bit. What the Colts have to be careful of is not putting pressure on Ty Detmer and allowing him to set back and find the hole. They have to continue to come after him, jump up, and make him get rid of the football.
ABC's Monday Night Football comes your way at 9 Eastern, one of the most intense rivalries in all of football. The Kansas City Chiefs invade Oakland to take on the Raiders. Jim Harbaugh looking on as the Colts defense has done its job tonight.
And the Colts offense. Taking advantage of the opportunities. Yep.
2 interceptions that they turned into points.
Richard Dent looking like he did back in the late 80s. Boy, he used to harass me.
You weren't alone. Here comes another blitz. Morrison, airborne, couldn't get there. This one's intercepted by Belser. Jason Belser with his second interception of the game. And the third for Detmer.
Ty Detmer makes a critical mistake for quarterbacks, and I'll say it until I leave this earth. You can't throw back across the grains. Every now and then you get away with it, but most of the time bad things are going to happen. You want to see somebody sell his body out? Watch Steve Morrison. He gets blocked, but he's selling out. Now the pressure comes. McCoy's chasing him. See how he throws back across his body? You've got nothing but problems when you do that. Maybe you complete 1 out of 10. But the defense gets a chance to react.
Everything is a game of angles, and that's the worst angle in the world. It just lets too many guys have a shot at it. The Colts, their 3rd interception of the night so far, 10 points. They've turned in off the turnover. 45 seconds to go in the half. Justin to the shotgun. To Falk in the flat. And Marshall Falk gets out of bounds in front of Zordich at the 44.
Do you know how well Paul Justin knows this offense, Mike? You could see him on that play looking down the field. Then as soon as he felt the pressure from the left, he just turns and whips it out with a perfectly thrown ball. Like I've said, I think that's the toughest throw to make for a quarterback, is to hit a running back swinging out of the backfield in stride.
Big night for Jason Belser. The Colts have come up huge defensively the last 2 weeks. And Indianapolis will need about another 23 yards to give their field goal kicker a chance at a 50-yarder. Falk on the screen. diving toward the sticks and out of bounds to stop the clock with 32 seconds to go in the half. Blanchard in warm-ups was hitting shots from 58 yards, and over 50 this year. All he is 4 for 4.
And you know what'll happen? If it's a 49-yarder, if he feels like it doesn't disrupt the kicking rhythm, he'll move it back to 50. That's how much confidence he has in that number.
Well, he can go get the suntan lotion. He's going to the Pro Bowl.
God, I hope so. There's another guy who spent a little time in Hawaii.
The last two. 20-3. Justin, quarterback draw to the 47-yard line. Mamula made the tackle, and the Colts will stop the clock with a timeout. There's one that caught him by surprise.
And Mike Mamula makes a great play here. This isn't a good play. This is a great play because Paul Justin is going to run another 10 or 15 yards if he doesn't catch his foot. Mike Mamula on Jason Matthews. He starts up. Now he reads the quarterback run. He just sells out. And look, there's nobody in front of Paul Justin. He's got a lot of room to roam if he doesn't get him.
Coming up at halftime, Chris Berman along with the fastest 3 minutes and our weekend preview, of next week's games. Major League Baseball peace in our time. And an update on the National Hockey League and the NBA.
Mike, the Colts have one more timeout left. What they can do is they can try and throw a pass, maybe a little swing pass, get somebody to the sidelines out of bounds. Then they can try a pass down the middle to use that timeout. That would be the sequence of the next two.
Ball spotted just inside the 47-yard line with 26 seconds to go. Three-man rush for Philadelphia. Justin incomplete. Harrison couldn't hold it at the 35. That would have gotten them within Blanchard's field goal range.
I tell you, Paul Justin is playing with so much enthusiasm. He throws this thing incomplete, and he becomes a jumping jack. He just, oh, geez, I'm so mad at myself. I love to see people compete. This kid is competing. Good numbers. Good, solid numbers.
He said last week, I wanted to make the play. Speaking of competitors, Justin said last week, I wanted to make the plays, but I didn't want to make stupid mistakes and put the team in jeopardy. The philosophy is carrying over. Screen to fall. Nice job behind his blockers down to the 38-yard line. The tackle made by Sylvester Wright, and Justin will kill the clock with 12 seconds left.
Lindy's got a decision to make here. There's no timeouts left. There's 12 seconds on the clock. All he can do is tell Paul to try and throw it somewhere where somebody can get out of bounds, because I don't believe that they can get the kicking team on the field. And I also don't believe that he would have enough time to get up under the center and spike it. So this is very critical what he does with the football.
It would be a 55-yard attempt from here.
The discussion between coach and quarterback at this juncture is, if you've got it, get rid of it in a hurry. Don't take a sack. If it's not there, throw it away right now.
So Blanchard will go back and get a couple of more practice kicks with Chris Gardocki. Blanchard's long this year is 52. Justin with time, throws to the outside. Harrison with the catch. Got it to the 34-yard line. It's a first down, but it shortens the field goal to 51. And there's 7 seconds left. Do you try it again?
Why not? I think, if you do, you're in trouble. I say why not, but it wouldn't be the smart thing. And so far, the Colts have played smart football when they've had their hands on it and had opportunities to score.
And there is no reason to believe that Kerry Blanchard will not be able to kick a 51-yard field goal.
You got the best kicker in football this year. Take advantage of it.
No doubt at all. Terry Blanchard blasts one to give the upstart Indianapolis